What's up, you guys? Welcome back into iHeartRadio's official wrestling podcast, the Battleground Podcast. It is Battle, and joining us on the show today, the new face of the NXT women's division, the NXT women's champion. Give it up for Tatum Paxley joining the show. Tatum, how are you doing?
I am wonderful. Thank you for having me on the show today.
We are so happy to have you on the show. Now, recently, I will tell you that we did have JC on the show, and my co-host, who's not here today, had JC winning the match at Halloween Havoc. Ultimately, that did not happen. I had you winning the match, so congratulations. Let's start with the win itself. Walk me through your mindset. You entered the Battle Royal, you became the number one contender, and then ultimately stepping into that title match at Halloween Havoc. What was racing through your mind when you realized that this could be your moment?
What wasn't racing through my mind at that moment? Right. It just like... I've had many title opportunities in my time here in WWE, and as cool as it would have, all the thoughts of like, maybe now's my time, maybe now, like there always was something in me that just didn't feel like now was the time. And when things started aligning for my opportunity for the NXT Women's Championship, there was just this feeling of, I have this, like, I know I have it. Like there was such this confident, comfortable feeling, and I don't know why or what it was, because I've been here for 4 years putting in the work, and it was kind of abrupt. I feel like a lot of people did think like I wasn't going to be able to pull it off, but I feel like I just knew for some reason the time is now. Like this is correct. I feel like the stories that I've gone through and the people that I've connected with and grown with through my time in WWE, like everything just worked out in such a beautiful way and a beautiful time.
Right, absolutely, and of course, we got to hear them say, "And new NXT Women's Champion at Halloween Havoc." And you mentioned how you've been through it all, different stories, tag team background stories, all those moments where it felt like people saw your potential, but like you said, didn't really see you. Now suddenly you are front and center. You're the face of the NXT Women's division. Was there like a certain, time story that made you feel to yourself, hey, I'm not number two anymore, I'm number one?
So the best way I'm going to describe this, because I've always been kind of attached to somebody. That's my personality. I'm very reliant. And when I started doing my stuff with my sweet dove, Lyra Valkyria, I really feel like that is what allowed me to connect with people. And as easy as it is for me to say, like, now that I'm champion, this is how I feel like I can stand on my own. But honestly, once I started doing that story with Lyra is when I really got the opportunity to connect to the audience. And when I started feeling like I had a strong connection is when I really felt like I am my own person, no matter how reliant I am on, if it's, my sweet dove, if it's my best friend, Izzy, like I still feel like I've got this on my own. No matter who I'm with, I'm connecting to the audience, with or without a title, I'm connecting to the audience. And that's always been and will be my number one goal while I'm here.
Right, absolutely. And it's been fun to watch because, like you said, you're connecting with the audience. You could see everybody's excitement when you're up there, and it's not just kind of like a forced kind of thing from the crowd. Like, it's genuinely, they're there for you. And it's a great feeling to see that. And, of course, we're here to talk about the special edition of NXT that takes place Tuesday, November 18th at the theater at Madison Square Garden, live on the CW, 8 p.m. Eastern. Something really cool that we have noticed recently with WWE, there's all this crossover energy happening lately. WWE's working, with AAA and TNA talent popping up on different brands, and it feels like the walls are finally coming down a bit. So let me ask you this, as a defending fighting champion, is there anyone out there that maybe you haven't stepped in the ring with yet that you would love to mix it up with?
Oh my gosh, there's so many people out there that I would love the opportunity to work. And what I will say, like, if I date back to when I made the crossover to TNA, I was the first contracted WWE wrestler to cross over and challenge Jordynne Grace. And for somebody in my position who didn't grow up on the independent scenes, who only knows WWE wrestling, it really helped me advance and boost my confidence to get to wrestle somebody that at the time was under TNA contract. Getting to wrestle people with different styles that have been there, done that, been all over the place. So me being this champion, if you've seen the last couple of weeks on NXT, I want everybody to have their opportunity. I know how hard it is for a lot of people to get their spotlight. And I know my best friend Izzy and the Colling, they kind of want me to take a step back and not be so giving to everybody. But I want to be, I want to have give out as many title opportunities as I possibly can, So I think it's great that we have like more doors open for so many different opponents that I wouldn't have even thought of to come and challenge for this title.
Right. Is there like maybe somebody out there that you're wanting to step up to, like call them out right now in particular?
Let me think. You know what I think would be cool? I wrestled her already, but I had so much fun. I would love to have a title shot, a title opportunity for Rosemary at TNA. I think that would be a lot of fun.
I think all of us would think that would be a lot of fun. And let's put it out there in the universe. Let's get Tatum versus Rosemary, NXT women's title, anytime, any place, anywhere. One thing that's really cool, because we scroll through social media and a lot of people are talking online. People are saying that you're the future of Raw or SmackDown. When you see things like that online, what is going through your mind? Seeing that gratification that people are already saying, hey, this is the next face of the red brand at Raw or the blue brand at SmackDown.
Right. So honestly, with social media, I try not to let the good things said or the bad things said mean. I try to not let it really mean much to me, even if it is positive. And of course, it's great to see and to know that people are rooting for me. But the real test if people are rooting for me is when I step in front of them live. Can I get their reaction live? And on social media, like the way that I feel comfortable. And whenever my time comes to be on Raw or SmackDown, I trust when Triple H sees the perfect time, I trust in his decision entirely. I'm in no rush to get to Raw or SmackDown, but I'm super excited to be there. But I'm super comfortable here in NXT as well. I just know wherever I am, I'm going to try to connect to that audience. So when I see it online, of course, it makes me feel like, okay, I'm doing my job. People want to see me take that next step. But I just kind of put it entirely up to the reactions that I get live.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. Now, when fans look back at Tatum's NXT Women's Championship reign, what do you want them to say? Like when someone tweets Tatum Paxley's title run was different, what makes it different?
Gosh, there's so much I could say. So the first thing I will say is I feel like we have gotten used when you see a champion and they are about to have a title defense, you're like, oh, she's got it. I know for sure she's winning or they're winning. There's this confidence of like, which direction it's going to go. With me, even if you are my number one supporter, when I defend this title, there's this sense of anxiety with it. If we date back to a couple weeks ago when I was supposed to have my first title defense with Lola Vice until it was interrupted by Fatal Influence. Everyone was so happy, and then the wheel landed on Lola, and people were, I'm rooting for you, girl, but I'm a little nervous. And I think it's so cool to have that kind of nervousness with your champion right now. But overall, me holding this title, what it represents to me, even someone on top right now, I'm still very human. I'm really high. I'm really low. I overreact. I underreact. Like I have all these emotions when normally you're used to seeing your champion be like top of their game 24/7, but I'm not that kind of champion. I'm as human as they come. And I think that's what's really cool about, Tatum being your NXT Women's Champion right now.
Yeah, absolutely. As we come to the end of our interview, before we let you go, is there anything you want to say to the fans watching or listening to this right now?
Thank you all for supporting me, for allowing me to relate to you guys, and be sure to not miss NXT special episode November 18th at MSG at Gold Rush.
Awesome, Tatum. It's an honor and a privilege to have you on the show. Congrats on winning that title, and we look
Thank you.
forward to having you back on here many, many more times in the future.
Absolutely. I'll be here.